We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first inning here in Palm Springs. Sorry for some technical difficulties. Stephen Buxton, EJ Sanchez joining you here for game number 2 of the doubleheader against the San Diego Waves here at Escondido High School. A beautiful day, and the Power took game 1, and they're already ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Aiden Tork, the second batter of the game, hit a home run that just kept carrying and hit right off the right field wall as TK Madera, the leadoff batter, first pitch of the game, gets a single.
It's his 3rd time on in the last 2 games, and what we saw from him against Brenton Thiels, he worked 2 walks, and Holden Phelps, although not 7 feet tall, he is a similar frame, and the fact that Madera was able to see those pitches so well out of that can only prepare him for Phelps after he lines that into right field.
Brandon Sanchez, the second man on, as TK Madera takes his lead, and he swings right through a strike. Sanchez 0 for 4 in the first game, and it's really why baseball's so great. You go 0 for 4, and 20 minutes later you got another game, so you got to just forget about that.
Well, the coaching staff for San Diego wouldn't put him back in that 2-hole if they didn't have a lot of confidence in him. And, throughout the season when he has faced the Power, he has shown an ability to be a pest at the top of the order.
Holden Phelps, the man on the mound for the Power, throws it back to first, and Madera's there in time. It's going to be a tough task for the Waves today. Holden Phelps on the mound as Madera's running. Throw by Cortez down to Thomas. Not in time. Good throw, just a little high, though. And Dalton Thomas did his best to get the tag down on a speedy TK Madera. We've already seen a couple stolen bases so far today.
5 to be exact, the second one for Madera, and he just gets a really good jump off of Phelps, and it really makes it hard for these catchers to throw out these runners when, the looks seem to be a little consistent and the length of especially the 2 starting pitchers.
It's 2-2 now to Brandon Sanchez. Sanchez waiting as Holden Phelps looks down to second, back to the plate, fires, and that one's fouled back.
Holden is going to really use a 3-pitch mix, predominantly the fastball, the curveball, and then the changeup when he gets against the left-handed hitters. Probably going to sit in the mid to high 80s throughout the day.
Next pitch is in the dirt, and the count's full. Holden Phelps, the task ahead of him. He'll face off against TK Madera, the leadoff batter. Brandon Sanchez, Andrew Ramirez, the top 3. Mason St. Hilary, the cleanup man. Keon Sanchez, Derek Pham, and Noah Moe, the next 3 in the lineup. And it's rounded out by 8, 9, and 10. Caleb Hendricks, AJ Klubeck, and Kobe Padrats. A lineup full of talented hitters. And again, this San Diego Waves team is basically given the Power about the best run for their money consistently out of any team in CPCL play in general this year. Full count, and that pitch is high for a walk. Back-to-back base runners reach against Holden Phelps.
For those that weren't joining us in the first game, that was really a topic of conversation that San Diego got a lot of leadoff men on. In fact, they had the first 5 innings. They got the leadoff man on. It was just they were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and they left 10 men on. So if they're going to try to get this second game from Palm Springs, it's going to have to be with the runners in scoring position.
Andrew Ramirez steps up, and TK Madera running on the first pitch of the at-bat and steals third. No throw by Angel Cortez, second stolen base of the inning. That pitch was high, so it's 1-0 against Ramirez. And the Power are going to have their hands full with the base running today. Second pitch from Phelps is wide. It's 2-0. Angel Cortez takes a couple steps, throws it back to him. Trying to slow things down just a little bit for his big righty with a 1-0 lead. That pitch popped up right between third base and home. Going in on that is Isaiah Mongi, who's back for the first time in a couple days.
This is so much of importance to get that first out for Holden, especially with the first 2 reaching the way he did and reaching the middle of this order. He's still going to have to make a couple more pitches, but now you put the ground ball back in play to finish off a double play in the inning.
Again, welcome back, Isaiah Mongi, and the first pitch to Mason St. Hilary is a ball. Power defense looks like this. Eli Brown, Aiden Torek, Noah Blythe in the outfield from left to right. Throw down to first base to check on Brandon Sanchez is not in time. TK Madera thought about running right there. Holden Phelps gets set, working from the third base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals, and that pitch is in the dirt. Gets by Cortez, and this game is tied. Brandon Sanchez was running on the pitch. He's still second, and the moment that thing got past Angel Cortez, TK Madera came to home.
6 stolen bases in 10 innings of offense for San Diego. That's been the one thing they can hang their hat on. They've found a way to pick up on the timings of the pitching of Palm Springs, and Holden Phelps not out of the woods. You're facing a team that really is playing desperate really in this second game.
Holden Phelps' first pitch is lined into center field. That's going to hang up for Aiden Torek. Throw back to second. Trying to double him up is not in time. Mason St. Hilary out on the F8, and Keon Sanchez coming up to the plate.
You have to understand, Steven, right now that the Waves are playing for a chance to play in the championship series. If they were to draw both of these games after losing one of the doubleheader games to the Pirates over the weekend, it really turns into a win-and-you're-in situation if the Legends win tomorrow, and that's not a spot you want to be in. You want to have a little comfort in your back pocket going into that final game against the Legends before the playoffs start.
First pitch to Keon Sanchez is a ball. Swings through the second pitch. It's 1-1. Power defense, Isaiah Mongi at third. Michael Gonzalez at short. Dalton Thomas at second. Andrew Rivas at first. And Angel Cortez behind the plate switching spots with Alonzo Reyes, who caught the first game. That pitch just gets by Cortez to his left. And Brandon Sanchez is going to take third base. A man on third with 2 outs now. Holden Phelps trying to get out of the inning with just 1 run. That pitch is fouled back. It's 1-2 now.
With the way the wind's blowing out to the Power Alleys, you get the idea that both of these teams are going to be able to score their runs. It's going to be about the pitching staffs and how they escape troubles like this.
That one's lined right under right to Rivas, who collects that, throws it to Phelps, and 3-1 putout gets him out of the inning. But it's tied here at 1 thanks to some base running by the Waves. We're 3-1. We'll be back on the Power Broadcasting Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
We're through one and tied at one here in Palm Springs. Welcome back to the Power Baseball Radio Network, and Andrew Rivas leading things off. Stephen Buxton, EJ Sanchez joining you here today, and Brandon Sweet going out for his second inning of work. Power trying to continue the perfect season. So far, it's 31-0. First pitch to Rivas is inside, has to get away a little bit. The rare lefty that the Power have faced. Rivas out of UCR has done fantastic so far with the bat, with the fielding. And it's been in a crucial time, EJ, especially with how thin that first base spot has been. It's given Austin Haller a chance to get off his legs for some games, and they've been able to move guys around a little more.
Well, with the absence of Mark Kirkland as this pitch misses on the outer half, Austin has had to go over there and help out at first base. So it was really big for Andrew to come in, and not only that, but Austin does need to get some time off of his legs. And the more guys you have playing that position, the better you're going to be.
2-1 pitch from Sweet is low, and it's 3-1.
And Austin possesses the ability to play both of those positions, but he is a middle infielder by trade. So if you get into, a playoff game where you need Austin at second, you can still give yourself that luxury.
3-1 pitch from Sweet. Lifted and foul. It's a full count now against Andrew Rivas. Again, in the first inning, for those of you who missed, Eli Brown grounded out to third base. Aiden Torek followed that one up with a home run to right field. After that, Noah Blythe struck out. Austin Haller flew out to center field. We're here in the second, and it's tied at one. That one off the bat gets under Sweet's glove into second base. Hard throw gets him in time. Good play by Brandon Sanchez to make the awkward throw and get Rivas, who was hustling out of the left-handed batter's box.
Well, it comes off the mound awkwardly, too, so it turns from a high chopper into a pitch that's really rolling at a slow pace, and that's why this has to be thrown on the road by Sanchez. All his momentum is going towards the third base side, and the throw has to go to the first base side, so that's not an easy play, and you have to give props to Sanchez for getting out Rivas, who, like you said, was really putting on a good 90 with one out now in the second.
That moves the line for Angel Cortez. Due up this inning, Andrew Rivas, Angel Cortez, Dalton Thomas. If one of them can reach, or if Cortez or Thomas can reach, Isaiah Mongi back for his return, and the first pitch from Sweet is low. Cortez reached a couple times in the first game, but was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Walked twice, did not score. 1-0 pitch to Cortez. Outside, it's 2-0. And Cortez has had a hot bat all year. Casey Dills kept him in that DH spot, even when Alonzo Reyes has taken over catching duties, just like last game. It's a bat you can't take out of the lineup. That one catches the zone. It's 2-1. 2-1 for Angel Cortez. Nobody on, one out here in the second inning. Power tied 1-1. Fourth pitch of that bat catches the zone. It's 2-2. Good breaking ball there by Sweet.
Swede's really just been using that breaking ball on both sides to try to make sure that the power batters can't key in on one side of the plate with off speed.
Cortez gets under that one and flies it above their dugout, and that one's going to go foul.
And when that happens, that makes the fastball that may be in the high 70s, low 80s, it can play a lot faster when all you're seeing early on in counts is breaking things.
It's a 2-2 count. Brandon Sweet kicks and fires. That one's low, it's full. A power team that worked a lot of long at-bats against the Waves in the first game, getting back on it already. Really made the starter, Ty Thompson, work hard to get through 4 innings in the first game. Full count pitch. That one's inside, and Angel Cortez is on with a walk.
That was a really good job by Angel because he starts off that count behind, and he's able to work it back after fouling off a couple of quality pitches from Braden Sweet, and now you have one of the hottest hitters on the team in Dalton Thomas stepping in with a runner on to try to get this lead back.
Dalton Thomas stepping in, and again, he's been a hot bat lately. Really started kicking it into gear the last 2 weeks or so where he's hitting near 500. First pitch to him, a breaking ball downstairs. It's 1-0. And he'll try and test out that defense for the Waves. It's Mo, Madera, and Klubeck from left to right in the outfield. Ramirez, Pham, and then a couple Sanchez. Keon Sanchez at first, and Brandon Sanchez at second. Hendricks behind the plate, and Brandon Sweet on the mound. It's 2-0 now to Dalton Thomas.
You look for Dalton to be really aggressive with a pitch up in the zone with the way he's been swinging the bat and the way he's trusted his approach lately.
Thomas gets under that, flies it out to left field, and coming over from center field is Madera. Long run for him, but he gets the put out.
He got that pitch up in the zone, but it wasn't enough to where he could stay on top of it and drive it into one of the power alleys. When you have the wind that's blowing out like this and you have guys that are more than capable of having the power to take it out of the yard, that's one hard thing as a hitter is making sure you don't get outside of your approach and try to do something unnaturally, like tilt your shoulder, try to get under a couple of these balls.
Especially when you've already seen 3 home runs today as Isaiah Monge steps back in the box for a first time in a while. He's missed the last couple games with a sore back, and it's good enough today to play. Takes strike 1 on the corner. He'll be playing third base today. He's got Angel Cortez on first, who reached on a 1-out walk. If he could reach, Michael Gonzalez, the 9-hole hitter, will be up. Second pitch of the bat from Sweet almost gets away from Hendricks, and it's 1-1.
Steven, I really anticipate this being a closer game than it was in Game 1. On the road and sweeping a doubleheader, it's one of the hardest things to do in baseball because you have a team that's playing desperate at home, trying not to get swept, and at the same time, some of these guys are playing their second game of the day. The body starts to take into effect, and the weather as well.
1-1 pitch to Monge. Swing and a miss. Throw back to first. Not in time to get him.
Caleb Hendricks and Keon Sanchez really has a nice timing here because Angel is not as far off as you would think, but he gets caught flat-footed, so you like that play if you're the defense of San Diego.
Especially with the right-handed hitter Monge as Cortez runs, and that gets away from Hendricks. It's going to be a stolen base for the catcher. It's 2-2 now, 2-2 for Isaiah Monge. Monge going against the lefty. Brandon Sweet working from the third base side, who steps off, gets the signs again, and consequently sends Angel Cortez back to second. Angel Cortez on second. Isaiah Monge at the plate. Here's the pitch. Down low, it's 3-2.
It was an uncomfortable check swing from Isaiah. Coming in, batting .255. You don't want to say problem, but one of the things holding Isaiah back from maybe being in those 300s is he's missed some time with injuries. He's been away for a couple of times, so he hasn't been really able to get into rhythm offensively like you think he would.
3-2 pitch, and that catches the corner for the strikeout looking. Angel Cortez reaches on a one-out walk, but nothing comes of it. Brandon Sweet able to work around it. We're going to the middle, too. We'll be right back on the Power Baseball Radio Network. Game tied at 1.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Bottom of the second here in Escondido. Palm Springs Power against the San Diego Waves here at Escondido High School. Power tied it, or it's tied now 1-1. Aiden Torek hit a solo home run in the first, and some nifty base running by the Waves have got them the run. Power sent 4 to the plate in the second, did not score. Angel Cortez reached on a one-out walk, and after stealing second was stranded there. Holden Phelps on the mound, and his second pitch is skied into right field. Noah Blythe coming in and makes the catch. Holden Phelps trying to continue the outstanding work that Power pitchers have had lately. 3 pitched in the first game. Brenton Thiels, who got the win, went 5 innings, did not allow a run. Hudson Bonkel through the next 3, allowed 1 run, 1 hit, but more good work from him. Derek Pham steps up to the plate. Or Noah Moe steps up to the plate, I'm sorry, and he takes a first pitch strike. Phelps' second pitch to Moe, catches the zone, it's 0-2. Phelps kicks and fires. Third pitch is fouled down the line, and that's going to stay fair. Cortez picks it up and fires down to first for the out. Two to three putout gets the Power the second out of the inning. And Holden Phelps will go to work against Caleb Hendricks. Last time Phelps was out, he pitched against the Bucks. Went 5 innings, just allowed 1 run, struck out 3, walked 2. First pitch fastball is swung on and missed by Hendricks. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking ball down and in.
Phelps just really asking when the next time he gets to pitch at home is. 2 of his last 3 times out have been on these road doubleheaders.
Phelps with the 1-1 pitch catches the zone, and EJ's been great all year. A minuscule .71 ERA on the season. How? That one's driven into left center field. Going back on that is Eli Brown, and he watches that go over the fence for the home run. Caleb Hendricks hits it out to left field on a day where it's blown left to right. It's 2-1 Waves.
Yeah, that ball was well struck, and it's a pitch that Holden would like to have back because it's up in the zone. He catches a breaking ball, and with the power of Hendricks, he really just engages his lower half enough to activate his hands and throw it out over the wall. And this Waves team, I'm going to keep saying as long as it's necessary, Steven, this Waves team is not going to go away. This game means a lot more to them than it does to the Power in terms of CPCL standings, and you're going to see them be on the Power pitching for the rest of the way.
Holden Phelps, first pitch to A.J. Klubeck. That one's downstairs for a ball, and you said it right. This game means a lot more to them. The Power is simply playing to preserve a winning streak, trying to keep everyone fresh, keep stats going, and see how far you can take the streak, see how dominant this summer could be. The San Diego Waves playing for their lives right now. They're fighting with the Legends for that number 2 spot in the CPCL playoffs. That pitch is driven down the left field line, and that's going to go foul. Or Eli Brown in foul Terry able to catch that for the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll have Colby Padrats leading us off in the 3rd. But right now it's the 9-1-2 of the Power coming up in the top of the 3rd. We'll be right back after a break.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future.
Top of the 3rd here in Escondido. E.J. Sanchez, Stephen Buxton joining you here today as the Power are down. It's 2-1 now. Caleb Hendricks hit the home run in the bottom of the 2nd for the Waves, and Michael Gonzalez leading things off. Takes a first pitch ball. It's 1-0 now. Gonzalez working against Brandon Sweet in his 3rd inning of work. Gonzalez ahead 2-0 now as that breaking ball in the dirt. And against Brandon Sweet, who really, other than the home run by Aiden Torek, has not allowed anything to the Power. He's got no outs, nobody on against the leadoff man, Michael Gonzalez. 9-1-2 due up this inning as another breaking ball low. It's 3-1. Our apologies for that. Michael Gonzalez, check swing, check down to first, called a strike, so it's 2-2 now. 2-2 to the Power shortstop. Brandon Sweet waits, kicks and fires, and that one's outside.
Steven, I wouldn't be surprised to see this game take on a seesaw nature the way this wind is blowing and what's at stake for both of these teams, for the Power, the undefeated streak, and for the Waves, trying not to put themselves in a bad position going into a potential win-and-you're-in situation with the Legends later on this week.
Next pitch is outside, full count walk for Michael Gonzalez, another base runner for the Power. Angel Cortez had a 1-out walk last inning, couldn't convert on that, reached 2nd on the stolen base, but was stranded there. But now it's 1-2 in the Power lineup. Eli Brown, Aiden Torek due up if they can reach Noah Blythe. Eli Brown with no outs and Michael Gonzalez on first. Brown drives that one down the left field line. That's going to hang up and be caught by Mo. One out here in the third inning. Aiden Tork stepping up to the plate after his home run in the first inning.
In that first inning, Aiden takes a fastball and sends it into right center field. We had it here, Steven. We didn't think that it had a chance to get out, but you watch the reaction from Aiden. He thought and kind of knew it off the bat that he got it good. And even though it barely bounced off the top of the wall, he had it really well off of his barrel.
Again, the wind is blowing left to right now, so it did get a little bit of help there, but Tork knew just off the contact that it had a chance, and it went out. First pitch to Tork inside, it's 1-0. Sweet looks down to Gonzalez, and his pitch is fouled off. 1-1, Aiden Tork at the plate. Again, another home run. Tork playing center field today. And now he's behind Noah Blythe for the power lead in home runs. That pitch from Tork driven out to center field. That's going to get down and to the wall. Gonzalez going to third. He's going to stop there. Tork at second. A one-out double has two runners in scoring position for Noah Blythe.
And Torres just continues to swing a hot bat. Now his fifth hit in the last two games. And these aren't cheap singles. They're extra base hits. And Torres continues to do what he's done throughout the course of the season. This season now, that is his 10th double. And by far leads the team. The closest one to him is Noah Blythe with 8.
And the aforementioned Noah Blythe steps up to the plate. He struck out in the first inning. Had the two-run home run in the first game. First pitch by Sweet is fouled back. Over the power dugout and into the parking lot. Bounces over a couple cars. And it's 0-1 now. Blythe at the plate. Tork at second. Michael Gonzalez at third. Power down 2-1 now in the third inning. Second pitch is right down the middle to Noah Blythe. It's 0-2 now.
In this sort of spot, you expect Noah to shorten up, and a ground ball in the middle of the field gets a run across, and you're going to have to start counting how many runs you have because San Diego's not going to go away today, and the way this wind's blowing, it opens up the possibility for a lot of runs to be scored.
Blythe down 0-2. Chopper down the third base line. That's going to get over Ramirez and into left field. Coming to score is Michael Gonzalez. Runners on the corners, and the Power tie it up at 2.
When you have a good approach, things like that happen. It's a chopper that goes immediately off the infield dirt, and it's just too high over the head of Andrew Ramirez. The ball wasn't hit all that hard, but again, when you start putting balls in play with 2 strikes, good things happen, and good things continue for Noah, his third RBI already of the day.
A couple one-out hits, get the Power a run, and give it to Austin Haller with runners on the corners. Aiden Tork on third, Noah Blythe at first. First pitch to Austin Haller, swing and a miss. Good pitch right there.
As a breaking ball against Austin, who's been seeing breaking balls extremely well, but that's the second one he swung through from Sweet. And with Blythe off first, you want to stay out of the double play. He's shown the ability to steal a couple of bases throughout the season. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go within the next couple of pitches.
Second pitch to Haller in the dirt. Haller getting the game off his legs, but they need that bat in the lineup. He'll be the DH today. Went 1 for 5 in the first game, but had a massive home run. 1-1 pitch from Sweet. Blythe is running, throw down to second, not even close. Tork coming in to score, and that ball gets away, and the Power take the lead, 4-3. Tork scores, Blythe to third. He thinks about going home. Hendricks with the ball, keeps him at third. It's 4-3 now with Haller at the plate.
Well, I mentioned to stay out of the double play. What I didn't expect is Tork to be off with the throw. This is a really big gamble, especially this early in the game. But Aiden gets enough of a good read out of the hand of Hendricks to where he goes on it. And with the throw going back home, Noah's able to get a little extra off of second. When the throw goes wide, that's what allows him to get to third.
Noah Blythe at third almost thought of taking home, but went back, thought better of it. There's still one out here. Austin Haller takes ball 2. Outfield playing extremely shallow. Infield 2.
With the infield playing in, now you know that San Diego is playing to make sure this run doesn't come across. Runs can be plentiful today, but you don't want to allow the Power to coast with a big lead going into the middle innings.
Haller gets under that one, and going back for it is Hendricks, and Sanchez, who right up against the Power dugout, dives for the catch. 2 outs here in the third.
We've talked about the win time and time again today, Steven, and Sanchez finds the fence, and he does exactly what you're taught to do. He finds the fence and then realizes this ball starts to tail back into foul ground and playable foul ground. So that's why you get the dive. It's a big pitch for Sweet. You eliminate a big bat and give yourself one more chance to minimize damage with only the 2 runs given up in the inning.
Andrew Rivas up at the plate, trying to put up a crooked number for the Power. Infield playing normal depth now. Outfielders look like they took a couple steps back, but out in center field, TK Madera playing fairly shallow. Rivas led off the second inning, grounded out to second. That one catches the zone. Rivas has Noah Blythe at third, but needs a hit to score him. Swings through that pitch. It's 1-2 now.
Since arriving on July 4th, interestingly enough, Andrew Rivas has a hit in every single one of his starts since joining the Power. Had a plus 500 batting average in those 6 games.
1-2 pitch hits Rivas, and Angel Cortez has 2 on.
It's a pitch that Braden Sweet would really like to have back. It's a matchup that you like in that spot. You get the left on left, and you're ahead of him, and he's not able to land a pitch in the zone that you really probably want out of the zone to try and get a chase.
And just like they've done all year, the Power able to keep a 2-out run going, trying to get some more runs, trying to break away. They're tied at 3 right now, with Angel Cortez coming to the plate. He reached on a walk in the second inning, stole second, but did not come home. He's got Rivas on first. He's got Noah Blythe on third. Blythe is going to break for home plate, stops in the middle, tries to make a move on Sweet. He gets tagged, but Andrew Rivas takes second. There might have been a balk right there. Umpires are going to take a second to talk to each other. Coach Casey Dill trying to argue his point.
So they're going to say the original balk, I think Mike Allen, our home plate umpire, was called. But now they're going to bring Noah Blythe back to third, which that wouldn't make much sense either, because it's either a balk and the run scores or he stepped off and he's out. And I think that's the point that Casey Dill is trying to make right now, is that it would just becomes you would think it would just become a dead ball, and in that spot, that's kind of unprecedented for the situation.
And they're going to send Noah Blythe back to third on a strange ruling here. Casey Dill still trying to argue his point.
It's a good one, because regardless of whether it's called a balk or not, his point is that Mike Allen did signal for the balk. That's why you saw Noah Blythe be okay being caught up between third and home. And I think now that's why you're getting an argument from the San Diego staff, because they're arguing what I'm saying, is that if it's not a balk, then why is the play called dead?
Both coaches.
So if it was called a balk, then Blythe was on third and he would get home. But they're bringing him back to third.
And if it wasn't a balk, then it's still a live ball, and Noah Blythe would be out.
So we're caught in the middle of it. They're going to reset everything. So Casey Dill heard a balk called by the home plate umpire. Whether it actually happened or not, we don't know. That's what we're assuming. but they revoke the balk, and everybody's going to go back to first and third. Interesting stuff happening here, Steven.
Still no pitches have been thrown to Angel Cortez on a strange sequence right there, but Blythe on third, Cortez at the plate, and fouls that one back. Over the power bullpen, it's 0-1. He's got Rivas on first, Blythe on third, and it's a tie ball game here at 3. Or the Power have a 3-2 lead now. 0-1 pitch to Cortez, lined out into right field. That's going to hang up for Klubeck. And that's the third out of the inning. Going to the bottom of the third. Waves trying to tie it up. Power with the 3-2 lead. We'll be right back. Three-2 ball game here in the bottom of the third in Escondido. After a strange sequence of events, Angel Cortez was up at the plate with Noah Blythe on third and Andrew Rivas at first. And Noah Blythe started to break for home as if he was going to steal. The umpire called a balk. And then it seemed like it was waved off there as the first pitch to Kobe Podratz is upstairs for a ball. Second pitch from Holden Phelps. Gets it in the zone. It's 1-1.
And we spoke about it off air, Steven. Both teams have a right to be upset. If you're Casey Dill, you're upset because you heard bonk and it was then retracted.
Holden Phelps fires with the 1-1 count. That one's fouled back. It's 1-2. And it's a 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the third in Escondido. And it was weird because Noah Blythe went to go home and then just stood there, got tagged, went over to the dugout, and then they called him back out of the dugout as that breaking ball right there is swung on and missed. And first strikeout of the game for Holden Phelps.
He gets him on a breaking ball, and the 10-hole men have not done very well. They're 0 for 5 today in the doubleheader. But to go back to that, Steven, you're right. Casey's mad, and Noah stops running because they are adhering to the bonk call. But once it's taken back, then it becomes an issue on why Noah was allowed to go back to third because Sweet tagged him out in between both. So both dugouts have a right to have some questions, but it stands now. Like you said, it's the one-run deficit still for San Diego. It's just a weird play overall.
There's a strange play, and the first two pitches to TK Madera are out of the zone. 2-0 with one out. Holden Phelps gets the sign, kicks, and fires. Breaking ball just misses the bottom of the zone. Good pitch there, but it's 3-0. Not sure if it was called low or outside, but it was a really borderline pitch. Could not get the chase. Another one right there gets the call. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch by Phelps. Outside, ball 4. A strikeout and a walk to start things here in the bottom of the third. Brandon Sanchez coming out and coming up with 1 out and 1 on. Here in the bottom of the third in a 3-2 deficit. Sanchez reached on a walk in the first, stole second, and reached third. Pitch to Sanchez, swung on and missed. Good fastball there by Phelps. And EJ, after a game where the Waves were just knocking on the door, trying to get a run through, they were all over the bases. As Phelps looks down and fires. That one's outside for a ball. After a game where the Waves just seemed to be on the doorstep, they couldn't get anything through, they immediately get a run in the first inning off of some base running.
Well, that's the old adage is that you play with fire enough, you're eventually going to get burned, and that's the line that the Power are walking right now as that pitches misses high and inside. The Waves have created traffic, they just haven't been able to cash in. It's about eliminating, especially the walks. That's going to be the key for the Power if they need to sweep this doubleheader.
2-1 pitch. Runner is going. Throw down to second. Just gets over Dalton Thomas's glove and into center field. TK Madera with his third stolen base of the game, and we're just in the third inning.
Well, it's the third stolen base of the game, but Steven, we're forgetting that earlier he had a stolen base in the first inning of game 1. So 4 stolen bases on his day. That's been the main driving force behind advancing base runners for San Diego. They've just done a really good job of keying in on the pitcher's holds and timings, and 7 overall now between him and a few of the other base runners.
7 stolen bases in 12 innings, and that one's driven out into the outfield and lands right in front of Noah Blythe. TK Madera goes to Eli Brown. TK Madera goes to third. Brandon Sanchez to first. Runners on the corners on a 1-out single.
And this meeting between Angel Cortez and Holden Phelps right now has to be to settle down Holden. The first 2 in the lineup with Madera and Sanchez, they've reached all 4 times, and now you're getting to the 3, 4, 5 men in the lineup. The adage or the message from Cortez has to be to minimize this situation. You know you have an offense that's going to score runs, but what you can't do is allow this inning to get out of hand and turn into a crooked number.
Trying to not let the bottom of the third inning get out of hand, and the first pitch to Andrew Ramirez is upstairs too high, and Holden Phelps doesn't have a ton of room to work with right now. Again, we're on a smaller field in Escondido High School. We've already seen 3 home runs hit today. Second pitch is high, it's 2-0. And he's working with a 1-run lead right now. Again, it's 3-2 here in Escondido. The San Diego Waves playing for their season right now. Playing to avoid a win or go home game. Second pitch is driven out into left field. Going back on it is Eli Brown. That'll be hauled in for the catch. Tagging from third is TK Madera. He'll score on the sac fly from Andrew Ramirez.
This is a really tough play for Eli because he has to go on a ball that has a lot of backspin, who's going to have a lot more carry than he originally anticipates off the bat. And he makes sure that he secures this ball. The run is going to score, so there's no reason in trying to be a hero and get the ball back in. Smartly just secures the ball, able to get it in, and now you're a ground ball away.
Sac fly scores it, makes it 3-3 now. Mason St. Hilary coming up. He flew out to center field in the first inning. He's got Brandon Sanchez on first after TK Madera scored on the sacrifice fly. Sanchez is running, but that pitch is fouled up.
You see a little frustration from Cortez, and we saw a little bit of it from Alonso Reyes in the first game. They haven't been given a ton of opportunities to throw these runners out, and you know these go on their stats as well. And San Diego is going to keep running until the Power proves that they can throw them out.
Good breaking ball there by Phelps in the dirt. It's 1-2 now. And you're right, EJ. It's the Power have been taken advantage of today as Sanchez is running again, and doesn't really matter though. Mason St. Hilary strikes out second one of the day for Holden Phelps. We're through 3 here, but it's a tie ball game, 3-3 on the Power Baseball Radio Network.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Top of the 4th inning, 3-3 game here in Escondido. New pitcher on the mound, Brandon Sweet, goes just 3 innings. And they'll turn it over to Logan Ketcher. He'll face off against the bottom 3 of the power order. Dalton Thomas, Isaiah Mongi, Michael Gonzalez due up. Thomas steps into the plate and takes ball 1 up and inside. EJ, for a guy who started off the season struggling offensively, the defense has never wavered. He took good at-bats all year long, though, as that pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. And it has finally started to click for Dalton Thomas over the last couple games.
Well, you mentioned that he was taking good at-bats in the first part of the year, and when you build on good at-bat after good at-bat, that's when good things start to happen, and you're seeing the result for DT. And not only is he getting back hitting, he's getting back to hitting all sides of the field, which is when he's at his best, as he takes this ball inside, and it's now 3-1. You know, he had that double down the line when we were calling the game against the Inland Valley Bucks, and he talked to us after, and he said, I remembered how to do that. And it's when a hitter has the realization that he can flip his barrel, and yes, he can get his foot down in time, the confidence really starts to open up a lot more than when you're in a slump as he was in the first part of the year.
And you can see it. He's played so confidently. He had a 3-1 pitch inside for the walk. And that extends the on-base streak even more, but he's had hits in 8 of his last 9 games, EJ.
It's a complete 180 from where he started, and you already have the leadership that he provides and what's been well documented from our broadcast throughout the year. And you just hope that it continues, especially for a guy that's returning and could be facing his last game in a power uniform in a few days.
And he turns it over to a guy who is trying to get hot right now. Isaiah Mongi in his first game in 6 days, looking for his first hit since June 28th. Takes ball 1 inside. He's got Dalton Thomas on first base. Mongi again missed the last couple games with a sore back. He's back now and had a tough first at-bat. Struck out on a really good breaking ball down in the zone. He fouls that one back. It's 1-1 now.
Ketcher's fastball is going to sit around 84 to 85, and we haven't seen too much of the breaking ball yet out of Cuesta Community College in relief of Sweet, who did a really good job putting this offense at bay, and one of the better jobs we've seen from a left-handed starter against the power this year.
Catcher fires, and that one's popped up to right center field. Going in on that, Madera's going to haul that in. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Michael Gonzalez coming up. Gonzalez walked in the 3rd and scored. The start of a 2-run inning for the Power, where they took the 3-2 lead right before TK Madera and a stolen base gave the San Diego Wave another run. It's 3-3 here in the top of the 4th, 1 out. Dalton Thomas on first. Michael Gonzalez at the plate. Takes ball 1. Throw back to first. Almost gets away. Thomas diving back was going to be safe either way. But that ball almost got away from Keon Sanchez at first base.
This is half joking, half serious. Right now, Steven, we're in a game that really the storyline has become base running. I mean, we've had a couple caught in between. You've had a lot of stolen bases for San Diego, and Dalton Thomas, one of the better base stealers, thinking about it now.
And here's some base running right here. A wild pitch just gets away from Hendricks, and Dalton Thomas with the heads-up base running takes second.
close games, every 90 feet matters. And Dalton is among the best as far as reading pitches in the dirt. That initial down read is so important to making sure that you can advance that extra 90 feet.
And you just had a feeling with the way he was taking his secondary, had a big lead after the pitcher started his windup as that one gets away. It's 3-0 now. Logan Ketcher needs to find the zone against Michael Gonzalez. And then he's going to have to deal with the top of the power order. Eli Brown on deck, Aiden Torek in the hole. That one's driven out to left field, going down the line, but foul. Gonzalez really turned that one around. If it's a couple feet to the right, that's surely a double scoring Dalton Thomas from second. 3-1 count now. Dalton Thomas on second base, Michael Gonzalez at the plate. Logan Ketcher looks down to Thomas, looks back at the plate, fires, and catches the zone. It's 3-2 now.
That rip down the line at least shows that, while Mike hasn't lit it up since this first week, he's seeing the ball well. And the fact they're able to turn around a fastball in the mid-80s and pull it down the line shows that you're seeing the ball initially well out of the hand.
Walked in his first at-bat on a full count. He's got another one here. Here's the pitch. Chopper right to shortstop. Throw from Pham to first. In time to get him. 6-3 putout. But Dalton Thomas moves over to third base. And there's a runner 90 feet away for Eli Brown.
And you never say that a guy's due, especially when you're talking about how good Eli has been this season. But he is over his last 5 with a couple of punch-outs. And facing a new pitcher, I'm sure Eli would love nothing more than to drive in his 25th run.
Eli Brown had a single in the top of the third and grounds out to Sanchez at second base. Throw to first in time. Leadoff walk by Dalton Thomas. He gets stranded at third, and a good job by Logan Ketcher working around it. To the bottom of the fourth, it's tied at 3.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in Escondido. Holden Phelps delivers a first pitch strike to Keon Sanchez. 3-3 game here, and it's a 1-1 count against Keon Sanchez, who grounded out to first in the first inning. Holden Phelps in his 4th inning of work. That one's driven down the left field line. That's a fair ball going to the corner. Eli Brown going after that. Keon Sanchez running into second, throw on time, or almost on time, but had to be corralled by Dalton Thomas as it was in the dirt. A leadoff double for Keon Sanchez.
And this is where I think you could start to see some action in the Palm Springs bullpen. The second time through the order, Keon Sanchez gets a pitch that's down and in from Holden Phelps and really just turns his barrel, and it's hit hard enough to where Manji has no play down the line. This San Diego Waves team right now, Steve, is playing with a lot of confidence. The 8-1 score, as we've mentioned a couple of times, doesn't indicate really how close that first game was.
Derek Pham squares around to bunt. But that one's upstairs for the ball. He's got Keon Sanchez on second base. And, EJ, you said it. They're playing with confidence, but it's not just confidence. It's the fact that they know this could turn around their season here if they could take a game from the Power, as Angel Cortez is going to take a visit with Holden Phelps. EJ, what do you think's going on here?
Well, this is a situation where Angel has to know that the bunt is probably going to be on for the duration of the at-bat. The Waves are playing for the one run, so he has to stress right now to Holden that if he squares around, let him bunt it. You have enough confidence in your stuff to where all you have to do is make one pitch after towards the lower third of the lineup, and you can get out of this inning, but it's all about making sure that Pham doesn't reach and you take the out if he gives it to him.
Next pitch is fouled over the Power dugout, and it's a game where one run could be the difference. It's 3-3 right now in the bottom of the fourth, and the San Diego Waves base running has really been a problem for the Power. That pitch called a strike. It's 1-2 now. And for a Power team that has at times struggled with base runners, they have today. They've already allowed 7 stolen bases. That one off the hands just gets over Dalton Thomas into right center field. Coming home is Keon Sanchez and an RBI single for Derek Pham. RBI hustle double, able to get in there before the throw on the slow looping base hit that just got in between Aiden Tork and Noah Blythe.
It's just aggressive base running from Derek Pham. He never once thought about slowing down at first. He was thinking second the entire way out of the box, and I don't know if the outfield for the Power thought the same thing, and it leads to an extra 90 feet. It's base running. It's been the theme, and it's going to continue to be the theme until the Power prove that they can put a stop to it.
Noah Mo up with another lead now. It's 4-3 in a game that has gone back and forth through all 4 innings. Bottom of the fourth now. No outs. Noah Mo with Derek Pham on second base. That pitch gets the zone for a strike. Connor Batzer in the Power bullpen right now, warming up. Wondering how long Holden Phelps can go. Another swing and a miss there, and Noah Mo's going to go down with a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
It's such a huge out for Holden because it allows him to relax. He's now in the stretch for a few pitches, getting into his rhythm. He goes upstairs with a fastball, challenging, which is when Holden is at his best.
First pitch from Holden Phelps catches the zone against Caleb Hendricks. Good pitch down and away there, and Holden Phelps, so far this game, it's the most runs he's allowed this year, and that ground ball to Isaiah Monge, throw down to first in time. 2 outs on the 5-3 put out to Caleb Hendricks. A.J. Klubeck coming up.
This ball is hit hard, and it shows that right now the approach for San Diego, with starting with the double from Sanchez, is that they feel they're able to pull the fastball of Phelps. So what Holden has to do is make sure he's able to establish it on the outside corner of the plate to these right-handed hitters to make sure they can't get comfortable pulling.
First pitch to Klubeck, fouled up in there, and that's going to go over the wall. But EJ, coming into this start, Holden Phelps has just allowed 5 runs. Only 2 of them have been earned. And so far through 3 2/3, he's allowed 4. He's got a runner on second, and the 0-1 pitch is up high. It's 1-1 against A.J. Klubeck.
You wish you could have a cop-out answer and say that he's allowing free base runners, but it's really been San Diego's just seeing the ball really well out of his hand.
1-1 pitch fouled back. It's 1-2.
And even, the foul balls, there's good swings, and when we've seen the best from Holden, it's when he's forcing uncomfortable swings or buckling breaking balls, and we haven't seen too much of it. It could be the fact that the Waves are seeing him for the second time.
1-2 pitch. Up high, ball 2, and in a game that's only going 7 innings, we're in the bottom of the fourth, and EJ, Holden Phelps needs to be able to get out of this inning without further damage. They're down 1. It's 4-3. That one's outside, and it's 3-2.
There's a really big secondary at second right now for Derek Pham. And I'm worried that with such a big pitch coming up, Pham might be off with the pitch.
2 outs. And that one's skied foul down the right field line. And now Pham will be off with the pitch.
Here's the thing that you have to also factor in is that there's a runner on second. You have a base open, and you have the 10-hole man and Padres coming up, so you do not have to throw a hitter's pitch. You can throw your pitcher's pitch and be okay.
3-2 pitch, and he throws a good one right there. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day gets him out of the inning, but not before the Wave take the lead. Going into the fifth, the Power down 1. It's 4-3.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Of outdoor living spaces in the desert, nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta, for 35 years we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Top of the fifth here in Escondido. Power against the San Diego Waves, and Aiden Torek will lead things off. Power down 1, it's 4-3. First pitch from Logan Catcher outside, ball 1. Aiden Torek 2 for 2 so far, a double and a home run. He's scored twice. He's 2 of the 3 power runs so far. A triple and a single away from the cycle. Gets into that one, drives it to deep left center field, and that's gone. Aiden Torek have a day, 2 home runs. Power tie it up at 4.
Fourth hit of the day for Aiden. He overtakes Noah for the team lead now with 5, and it's a couple of at-bats where he has just gotten pitches up in the zone that he can handle. He has some of the best hands on the team, and when he has pitches up in the zone, he's able to drive those into the alleyways, and that's when Aiden's at his best. And when it comes down to who you need in big spots, Aiden Torek right at the top of the list, and he makes a big imprint on this game to tie it up.
And EJ, the power surge continues for this team. Another home run, their 4th of the day. Aiden Torek 2nd. Noah Blythe, who's gone one of his own, steps up, takes ball 1. He's 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the 3rd, scoring Torek after his double. Working against Logan Catcher in his 2nd inning of work. 1-0 pitch downstairs, ball 2. And EJ, Noah Blythe had that long hitting streak to start the season. He broke it and has just been on fire since. It's 3-0 now, and it's really been about the last 3 weeks, really, because there was a time where his batting average was all the way down to about 372, but now he's got it well over 400. Blythe slams that one right at the third baseman. Ramirez with a good pick, throw down to first in time.
What a sad life you live whenever you're hitting 370 and you're in the middle of a rut. That just shows how good Noah has been, not only this season, but over the course of the last 3 years. And you don't go to a school like Hawaii Pacific and not have the ability to do so. But you're right. He's stringing together good at-bats throughout the weeks. And speaking of a guy that's stringing good at-bats, Austin has the chance to restart things now with the game tied up.
Austin Haller looking for his first hit of the second game. Had a home run in the first. Other than that, has been put down all 7 times. Takes strike one, and EJ, you mentioned that rut. That rut was in the middle of a 20-plus game hitting streak. Must have had a couple 1-for-4s in there. 0-1 pitch to Austin Haller. Right on the corner, it's 0-2.
If I need to give Noah a hug when he's 0-0 going 1-for-4s in 4 straight games, I'm glad to do it, but he's continued that hitting streak all the way through and really earned the nickname Mr. Power over the last couple of weeks.
0-2 pitch to Austin Haller. Chopper right to Pham, throw down to first. Awkward angle, but gets him in time.
The defense right now for San Diego is really just starting to show off. We've seen diving plays, sliding plays, and this is a play from Derek Pham where he has to field on the opposite side of his body and still throw across, and the Power dugout isn't happy with the fact that it looks like Keon Sanchez stepped up and didn't have his foot on the bag when Haller crossed, and now Casey's going to have a conversation with Mike Allen.
A game where there's been a lot of conversations between each coach and each umpire so far, and that's going to be a quick one between Coach Casey Dill and our umpire Mike Allen. He'll meet with Dewey, and we'll have a quick break here. Hendricks going over to talk to Logan Ketcher, but EJ, it's been a game where every run has counted. It's 4-4 now here in the bottom or in the top of the 5th. And with it going 7 innings, I mean, everything's just that much more important. The San Diego Waves need to win this game.
Well, don't tell the Power that this game means nothing to them, too, because if you see the reaction from the dugout right now, there's stuff being said. There's a lot of energy and emotion in that dugout right now. If you think that this streak doesn't mean anything, you're really kidding yourself, because they've continued to build on big game after big game, and that's why they're in the position they are now.
Final verdict, Austin Haller is out on the 6-3 putout. First pitch to Andrew Rivas outside for ball 1. Second pitch right down Broadway. Good one from catcher. It's 1-1. Rivas 0 for 1, reached on a hit by pitch in the third. Grounded out to second in the first, and kind of has a half flailing swing on there, fooled by a good breaking ball. It's 1-2 now to Rivas. Plays his college ball not too far from here, about an hour away in Riverside. 2-2 now. Two and 2, 4-4 game here in Escondido. Top of the 5th. Pitch inside, it's 3-2. The Power have worked a lot of long counts today and just another full one here. Michael Gonzalez has worked a full count twice, worked a walk. Dalton Thomas as well. Ball 4 upstairs. Andrew Rivas on first. And Angel Cortez has a one-out base runner.
Rivas has now reached in all 7 games that he has played for the Power, and we'll wait to see if he continues the hit streak. The thing that you can always hang your hat on if you're a Rivas, he always gives a professional at-bat. And I'm not stuttering when I say professional, because it's quality. You don't see him try to do something he can't, and he's very consistent with the pitches he decides to swing at around the zone.
The Power have yet to have a 1-2-3 inning as Angel Cortez smacks that one into left field. That's going to get down and roll to the wall. Rivas on his horse going to third. Casey Dill puts up the stop sign, and it's a 2-out double. Angel Cortez on second, Andrew Rivas on third. Dalton Thomas coming up.
This is why you take good at-bats with nobody on and 2 outs, because you never know what's going to happen behind you. Angel, who has struggled today, turns around a pitch up in the zone, and all he has to do really is, like I said, just drop that barrel. And now, 2 minutes ago, you had nothing going on, and now you have arguably one of your best bat-to-ball guys in Dalton Thomas coming up.
Dalton Thomas already extended the on-base streak, trying to extend the hitting streak from 7 games. Did not play in the first game, takes strike 1. He's got Rivas on third, Cortez on second, and it's a tie game here in the top of the 5th. 2 outs, 4-4. Aiden Torek has scored 3 of those runs. Swing and a miss on a good pitch by catcher. It's 0-2.
Now you just go up, and if we see DT enough, he'll go up and shorten up on that bat to try to make sure that he can go straight barrel to ball and not try to do too much and just put a ball in play.
Thomas with a little bit wider of a stance, choked up on the bat. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. It's 1-2.
And when you can tell a hitter is noticeably going into a two-strike approach, it also does something to the pitcher. The pitcher feels he has to be a little finer because he knows that Dalton is cutting down on his power right now just to try to do something, especially with his speed. Any sort of ground ball could pose some trouble for San Diego.
Dalton Thomas can fly, so if he puts anything in play, there's a chance he gets on, but he swings and misses at the pitch there. Logan, catcher, works around a couple two-out base runners. It's tied at 4 going into the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back on the Power Baseball Radio Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Escondido. It's going to be 10-1-2. Kobe Podrat's leading things off for the San Diego Waves. It's tied at 4. New man on the mound. Holden Phelps' day is done just after 4 innings, 4 runs, all of them earned. And it's Connor Batzer taking us through the rest of the way. Batzer working from the right side, kicks and fires, and the first pitch is fouled off. What can we expect to see out of him?
Well, he's going to go mainly with a fastball-slider combination. He will throw in that Vulcan change every now and then, but Connor's going to sit in the mid-80s, and when he's at his best, he's able to use that slider to be his strikeout pitch.
Slider right there gets a pop-up, and that's up to Andrew Rivas at first. Quick 2 pitches, 1 out.
And when he just took the words, or excuse me, just took the meaning and out of my mouth, because Connor works exceptionally fast. That's one of his calling cards. He doesn't like to be up there for a long time. Once he gets the ball back, he's usually pretty quick about getting back up. And he's probably not going to like the fact that TK Madera's bat grip is starting to fall apart, and now he's going to take some extra time to rip it off and throw it in his back pocket.
Connor, Hudson Bonkel, and Michael Shanahan earlier today have all worked exceptionally fast. Connor Batzer already fires ball 1 to Madera. Madera's 1 for 1, reached on a walk in the 3rd, singled in the 1st, scored both times, and has 3 stolen bases in Game 2. 4 on the day, and he's ahead 2-0. Madera steps out of the box, takes a quick practice swing, steps back in, and Batzer's already ready for him. Chopper straight to Mongi, throw down to first in time. We've got 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And San Diego just trying to get base runners right now. They've proven when they get men on base, they can be some trouble to the Power. It's 4-4 right now in a game that's only going 7 innings.
The main key through the first two batters is that Batzer hasn't allowed the Waves to get ahead, or to get comfortable with the pace that he's working out and the arsenal that he possesses as this pitch goes across for a called strike. He's forcing the issue. He's controlling the timing, which I think is where Holden sometimes got caught in a little bit of San Diego's pace.
0-1 pitch is in the zone. It's 0-2 now, and Connor Batzer got the first 2 outs, and he has only thrown 1 ball this inning. Brandon Sanchez up, and he swings and misses at that one. Quick inning for Connor Batzer. We're going to the 6th. It's tied at 4.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Top of the 6th inning here in Palm Springs. Game 2 of the doubleheader on the road against the San Diego Waves here on the Power Baseball Broadcasting Radio Network. And we've got a pinch hitter here to lead things off. Isaiah Monge's day is done. Cody Kashimoto coming up against a new pitcher. Logan Ketcher's done for the day after one scoreless inning. One inning with a 1 run. And it's Zach Ernessy taking us into the 6th inning. First pitch is downstairs to Kashimoto, who we don't get to see bat righty all that often.
No, but he's just as effective from the right side, and I think this move by Casey Dill proves that there's a sense of urgency in a 7-inning game that one of your best on-base guys has to take this at-bat for Monge, who hasn't been in a rhythm offensively lately.
Kashimoto played in the first game. He's ahead 2-0. Had a single, had a walk, reached twice, and he scored once.
The number you have to look at is that Monge's on-base percentage is .344, and coming into today, Cody's is .523. You're going to play the odds to try to get that go-ahead run on base.
2-0 pitch to Kashimoto. Good breaking ball out of Ernessy, and swing and a miss there. It's 2-1. Ernessy, a guy out of Temecula, went to Chaparral High School, and he's going into his senior year at UC San Diego. He's got 42 appearances in his career, coming off a rocky junior year, 11 appearances, 7.13 ERA, 41 pitches, so he's got plenty of experience.
Experienced guy late in a ball game like this is exactly what you want if you're the Waves, but you're also facing an experienced lineup in the Power, and I'm interested to see how these last 2 innings goes with a lot of experience and years played on the field.
Kashimoto ahead 2-1, now it's 3-1. Fastball in the dirt, and EJ, we mentioned it all day. It's a talented San Diego Waves team, and it's another Division I arm that the Power are facing off against. Ernessy, the left-hander, working from the third base side of the rubber, kicks and fires, and there's ball 4. Cody Kashimoto to first base. Michael Gonzalez coming up.
It's no slight on Isaiah. Isaiah's a talented player. He wouldn't be spending years at a Division I like North Carolina A&T if he wasn't. But in this instance, Cody just is seeing the ball just a little bit better, and that's why you play that card. And I think it is a good move from Casey to let Cody take that at bat. And now you have one of your better base stealers on first base as well.
And presumably you'd throw Cody Kashimoto at third base, or you could move Michael Gonzalez over to third as he squares around, pulls it back, and gets the legs taken out from under him. Does a quick push-up, and waiting to pick the back up. It's 1-0 now on a pitch that almost hit him, and looks like the Waves saw something out of Earnesty that they don't like. They're going to take a quick meeting at the mound.
Well, also, this could be a meeting to decide what kind of runner on first bunt defense that they want to throw in there right now. Mike's as good of a bunter as anybody on this roster. In fact, in the doubleheader against the Inland Valley Bucks, he laid down a safety squeeze late in that ball game that proved to be the winner. And so San Diego knows that this is a situation that Casey has one of his best bunters, and he has a runner with speed at first. So this, if there was ever a clear-cut situation to throw a sac bunt down, this is the time.
EJ, a team that's won their last 50 games and is averaging about 10 runs a game, is putting down safety squeezes and trying to work small ball. Another bunt attempt there by Gonzalez, but he'll pull it back again. It's 2-0.
For whatever reason, pitchers don't like when batters square around. I wish I could explain it. It's taking away their point they want to aim at. And so this is also a spot where Mike could also take the bunt off and force Earnesty to throw a strike.
Gonzalez ahead 2-0, squares up again, and that one just goes under. And he did pull it back in time. It's 3-0, Cody Kashimoto at first, and the game is tied at 4 here in the top of the 6th inning. Aiden Tork, again, has 2 home runs, a double, and scored. He has 3 of the 4 runs. The other run was scored by Michael Gonzalez at the plate. 3-0 pitch. Finally gets a strike there. Fastball at the top of the zone.
And now I think that bunt has to go back on for Michael, because when you square around, he's thrown 3 straight balls out of the zone. And even then, if you square around, you have 2 pitches to do it, now ahead by 2 pitches.
3-1 pitch. Gonzalez squares around, gets the bunt down the first base side. Sanchez gets it, throws down to first. But he did his job. He moved Kashimoto over to second base. We've got 1 out in the 6th.
Well, you do it because of this part of the lineup that's coming up. Now you flip the lineup. You have arguably 2 of your top 4 hitters coming up to the plate in Eli Brown, and he's in a spot where that he's very comfortable being, hitting late in games. We saw the 2-run triple against Inland Valley last week. This is the spot you want to be in. I think this was perfectly played by Casey Dill.
Eli Brown coming up with 1 out, and he's got Cody Kashimoto on second. And EJ, I'm assuming if Aiden Tork reaches the plate, we might see an intentional walk. He's got 2 home runs on the day. It's a tie ball game in the 6th. First pitch to Eli Brown in the dirt. Again, it's in the 6th, and this game is only going 7, barring extra innings. But we are tied here. Eli Brown ahead 1-0 with Cody Kashimoto on second. Zach Earnesty fires in a strike. It's 1-1.
Now left on left, Eli has gone the opposite way most of the time today, and this is a spot where, since he is doing it so well, he has to see that pitch out of the hand because he can't get caught up in trying to pull a ball. If he stays in the left center gap, he should be okay.
1-1 pitch to Eli Brown, and that goes right out to left field. Kashimoto to third, Eli Brown at first, and Aiden Tork's got 2 on.
Well, now this inning gets really fun if you're Casey. You can have the guy who's swinging as hot of a bat as anybody in the lineup swing away. You can throw a first and third offense play on, although I don't think that's as much in play as letting Aiden swing. And you have a guy in Eli Brown who can run the bases very well. So now everything is open for Casey to try to get this go-ahead run.
Aiden Tork 3 for 3 with 2 home runs in this game and a double. He scored all 3 times, takes a big hack there for strike 1. And EJ, would you ever think to intentionally walk him right here?
Noah Blythe, who has a home run already today, and you've seen it, is waiting on deck. So I think this is where you test your luck. Aiden doesn't hit a ton of ground balls, but you have to give yourself that option to get out of the inning. And you don't do it with that guy sitting in the on-deck circle or the guy behind him in Austin Holler. This is where you have to take your shot at the double play now.
Cody Kashimoto on third. He reached on a leadoff walk. It's 1-1 now to Aiden Torek. Michael Gonzalez got Kashimoto over to second on a sacrifice bunt. Eli Brown with the single that moved Kashimoto over to third. It's a 4-4 ball game here in the top of the sixth inning. Just one out. Aiden Torek up, and he gets into one there. Left center field, back at the wall, and it's off the wall. Kashimoto comes in to score. Eli Brown around third. He'll score. 2 RBI double for Aiden Torek.
Stay hot, Aiden Torek. Are you kidding me? 4 for 4. You have the 2 home runs, and now you throw possibly the biggest hit of the last 2 weeks into the mix. When a guy's seeing a pitch like the way Aiden Torek is, there's really nothing you can do as a pitcher. And he does it again. He thought he got his 3rd home run, but, if the Power end up pulling this one out, got to talk to him after the game and ask about how well he is seeing the ball at the plate right now.
Have a day. Aiden Torek 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 home runs. First pitch to Noah Blythe outside. He's 1 for 3, had an RBI single in the 3rd inning to score Torek. Torek scored 3 runs today already. He's on second, Blythe at the plate, still 1 out. That pitch in the dirt, Torek was running, gets away from Hendricks, but not far enough for Torek to think about home.
Now I think if you're the Waves, you do have to bring the infield in, and it's a prime spot for Blythe to pick up another RBI, and now they are going to move the infield in. You can just see a pitch up, get a pitch you can handle, and hit it over the infield, and you should be good.
Infield playing in, outfield playing at regular depth. Pitch to Blythe, fouled back. It's 1-2, and outside of Madera in center, he's playing fairly shallow. Again, outfield playing at normal depth in left and right. But anything over the infield scores Torek from third, and it's 6-4 here in the 6th. Power looking for win number 32 of the year, win number 51 in a row. 1-2 pitch to Blythe. Or 1-1 pitch to Blythe. It's 1-2 now. Noah Blythe had a home run in the first game, walked twice, scored 2 runs, had 2 RBIs, and there's another RBI for Noah Blythe. 2 in this game. 2 RBI singles, score Aiden Torek twice. Torek's got 4 runs on the game, and Blythe's on first for Austin Holler.
This is what your 2 and 3 and 4 men have to be doing in the middle of your order, and Aiden Torek and Noah Blythe continuing to do what they've done, and that's produce when the table has been set. You have to give a lot of props right now. I know it might get lost in the mix, but Cody Kashimoto drawing that walk and Michael Gonzalez putting down that bunt led this inning to where it is now, and now it's getting a little more fun with the RBI hits, but you have to remember that that is where this inning started.
Austin Holler up, looking for his first hit since the home run in the first game. He's got Noah Blythe on first and 1 out. Waves praying for a double play right here. They're behind 6-4 in the 6th inning. First pitch to Holler outside, it's 1-0. And EJ, in a season where we've seen games go every way, where the 5 through 7 batters could be 5 for 11. We've seen the top of the lineup dominate. We've seen the whole lineup dominate. Today, it's 1 through 4 that have just driven this ship. For second pitch outside, it's 2-0 to Austin Holler.
Well, they're doing what you put them at the top of the order to do, and that's to produce. I don't think you could have expected, your 2-hole man to be 4 for 4 with 4 extra base hits, but that's what you get when you have a team that's swinging the bat as well as they have, and this pitch will go inside to Holler to make it 3-0. Steven, confidence is such a big part of hitting. And hitting is also contagious, and you throw both of those together, and it's a pitcher's worst nightmare because now there's really no hole that you can try to exploit.
3-0 pitch to Austin Holler, gets the top of the zone. It's 3-1 now, and if you include Austin Holler at the 5 spot in the last game, the top 4 and top 5 in last game combined for 4 home runs. And in this game, Aiden Torek's got 2 and 2 more extra base hits. Torque swings through the fastball right there. It's 3-2 now. If you're talking about this game, the top 3 alone has 6 hits, with Eli Brown having 1 and Noah Blythe 2, or 7 hits, I'm sorry. Austin Haller drives that one foul. 3-2 with Noah Blythe at first base. Top of the 6th inning. Again, the game 2 of the doubleheader, the San Diego Waves. It will only go 7 right now. Power took the lead in the 6th inning off another double from Aiden Torek, and Noah Blythe drove him in from third. Austin Haller fouls off another full count pitch.
Just wasting pitches over and over. This is where Austin has been at his best, and that's why you see the on-base percentage so high, because he's such a difficult guy to strike out and continues to work at bats until he finds pitches that he can actually put into play.
Austin Haller with another 3-2 pitch. The Power have been able to work long at bats all day. He drives that one into left field. Going back on it is Mo, and he catches that right in front of the warning track. Put a drive into that one, but couldn't find his first hit of this game.
It's one of those days for Austin. He's hit a couple of balls hard, and he was robbed in game 1. And this is a pitch that's on the outer part of the plate that he still is able to find a barrel on. And with the wind blowing the way it is right now, it just knocked it straight down and into the glove of Mo.
And EJ, in a day where we're playing on a smaller field, a lot of those hard-hit balls that would usually hang up for routine fly balls in Palm Springs, Noah Blythe's running there. That ball gets away from Hendricks. He'll stand on second base, but a lot of those balls that, again, they're well hit. They're in the air. They've been routine fly balls in Palm Springs. Over here, they're on the warning track. They're going over the fence. They're getting down for doubles. It's just the difference that playing in a different venue could be, and the Power taking advantage of it here. Andrew Rivas coming up. It's 1-0. That pitch just on the zone. It's 1-1. 6-4 Power here in the top of the 6th. Noah Blythe on second base. Andrew Rivas at the plate. 2 outs here in the 6th. Rivas takes ball 2. Two and 1 pitch. Zach Ernest out of UCSD trying to get out of this inning, trying to give his team a chance. Rivas gets on top of that. Chopper to first, fielded by Sanchez. Throwback to Ernest. Gets him in time. Or doesn't get him in time, I'm sorry. Ernest had to make a long run over there after an awkward play from Sanchez, who had to go a long way to get it. And it's an infield single for Andrew Rivas. His third time on base today.
And now 7 straight games, and all 7 games, I should say, as a member of the Power, where he records a base hit. And this is the issue for a first baseman on a play that's in the triangle, as they say, from the pitcher's mound to first base to the second base position. It's such an awkward distance because you don't know whether you should underhand it, whether you should just throw. It became a long underhand for Sanchez to flip it to Ernest, and that's why you were able to get the infield single for Rivas, who was running hard out of the box.
And with the right-handed Ernest following through on his pitches, going towards third base, it's even harder to get that play down there. As it looks like we've got a new pitcher here, number 6 for the Waves. We'll get you a name for that.
Nathan Sally out of Palomar Community College, the 6-foot, 175-pound right-hander who's going into his sophomore year.
So he'll take over for Ernest. He's got runners on the corners. Andrew Rivas on first. Noah Blythe on third. It's a 6-4 ball game. We'll be right back.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools where your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Two outs here in the sixth, and it's crunch time for the Waves. A new man on the mound, Nathan Sally, taking over for Zach Ernessy, and he's facing off against Angel Cortez. Power have sent 7 to the plate this inning. Angel Cortez at the plate takes strike one just at the top of the zone. He's got Andrew Rivas at first, Noah Blythe at third. It's 6-4 here in the sixth. The game will only go 7 innings, barring extra innings. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Power trying to make it 51 in a row. Ball 1 upstairs. It's 1-1 now. On the second pitch by Sally. The Power trying to escape with 2 wins here in Encinitas. Ball 2 in the dirt. It was back and forth through the first 4 innings. It was tied in the 5th. And here in the 6th, the Power have broken it open. Aiden Torek 4 for 4 on the day with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs. He scored all 4 times. Angel Cortez trying to make it a 4-run lead here. As that's ball 3 outside. It's 3-1 now.
I think Angel can really take that last at-bat he had, the double down the left field line, and really use that towards the rest of this at-bat. He's shown the ability to pull the ball for some power, and now with the 3-1 count, he can put that in his back pocket and see a pitch that's up in the zone.
Angel Cortez 1 for 2 today, walked in the second inning, and it's a full count now. He walked in the second, and EJ, catchers can steal bases too. He got one after that walk. Has not scored, though.
Catchers can absolutely steal bases, Steven. Don't put that stereotype on us, too.
We've got 2 outs and a full count. That one up high. Rivas was running on the pitch, and we've got bases loaded for Dalton Thomas.
If nothing else, Angel really has seen the ball exceptionally well. In the 2 games, that's his 4th walk. And you can hang your hat on that. The fact that you reach base 5 times in a series. I know he went 0 for in the first game with a strikeout, but still those walks shows that he's still seeing pitches really well.
Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 6th. Power up 3. It's 7-4. Dalton Thomas at the plate. In a game where extra base hits in a day when extra base hits have been plentiful, Dalton Thomas could use one right here, and he gets under that one. Skies it just past second base. Coming in on it is TK Madera. And Nathan Sally gets out of the jam. Going into the bottom of the 6th. San Diego Waves need a run. They need 3. It's 7-4.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Bottom of the 6th inning here, Palm Springs up 7-4 here at Escondido High School, facing off against the San Diego Wave. Andrew Ramirez leading things off. It's the 3, 4, and 5 batters due up against Connor Batzer in his 2nd inning of work. Batzer's first pitch goes high above Angel Cortez. And he took over for Holden Phelps, who went 4 innings, allowed 4 runs, and right now Batzer's in line for the win. The game will go 7 innings, again barring extras, and the Power have a 4-run lead right now. I'm sorry, it's a 3-run lead. It's 7-4. ASU math degree not coming in handy right now, EJ.
The Cronkite School is not based in mathematics. I think you're okay.
Batzer gets a good pitch right there for a swinging strike against Andrew Ramirez. You know, I've got the average OPS down, all of that. It's figuring out the 1s and 2s. That's the hard part. And number 2 slaps one into left field. And that's going to get down, or... Sorry, got an obstructed view. That hangs up for Eli Brown. First out of the inning.
Andrew Ramirez puts a good charge into that. He's shown really good bat-to-ball skills, especially to the pull side, and he just puts too much on this to where Eli Brown gets a good first step on a pitch that just hung up, and Connor Batzer really starting to roll.
And Batzer working with that signature pace, already firing at Mason St. Hilary. That pitch fouled off. It's 0-1. We've got 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Power up 7-3. Mostly because of Aiden Torek. He's scored 4 runs. He's got 2 doubles and 2 home runs. And right now, Connor Batzer throws a ball in the dirt, and it's 2-1.
He's doing exactly what you need to do after your team puts up a big number. He's still staying consistent with his pace, and he's pounding the strike zone, forcing the Waves to try and beat him.
Speaking of that pace, already fired off a pitch, fouled back. It's 2-2. And EJ, again, between Connor Batzer, Hudson Bonkel, Michael Shanahan, we've had 3 pitchers today who have worked with exceptionally quick pace as Batzer fires in a strike 3 on the corner, gets him looking.
He goes back to the slider, and after he's been dominating so much with the fastball, this is where Connor needs to be. When his fastball is playing up in the zone, if you drop that slider, it just tunnels so well for a hitter, or so well for a pitcher, not well for a hitter, and that's why you see him with another strikeout.
Batzer doing his best effort to steal player of the game from Aiden Torek right now, and that one goes foul down the right field line. Andrew Rivas runs out of room.
Steven, this game is based around pitching, and Connor came in, and he's really put away the first 5 he's faced, 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles. I mean, we've seen that before, right?
EJ, I think we have. I think Barry Bonds had that stat line one time. Batzer already ahead again, fires in a strike. It's 0-2 now on Keon Sanchez. Connor Batzer ahead 0-2, and that one's off the hands straight at Dalton Thomas. Great play there. Gets the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 inning sends us into the seventh. Power up 7-4. We'll be right back after a break. Top of the seventh inning here in Palm Springs. Cody Kashimoto leading things off, and the Power up 7-3. A rally that started with Kashimoto in the last inning. He pinch hit for Isaiah Monge before the Power batted around. Kashimoto worked a good walk against Zach Ernest, but it's a new guy on the mound. Nathan Sally in for his second inning of work. Got the third out of the last inning. It's 1-1 now. Kashimoto working from the left side again as we normally see him. That one's inside for another ball.
Well, he had to take his first at-bat off of Ernest, the left-hander, and forced him to flip over to the right side. He still saw pitches all the same, and he brought in that first go-ahead run, which is so huge back in the sixth.
3-1 pitch to Kashimoto. Might work his second walk in as many tries, and he does. Cody Kashimoto looks a little frustrated not getting to swing the bat there, but he's on twice in 2 plate appearances. That leads the way for Michael Gonzalez, who really got the rally starting. Had a great sacrifice bunt in a 3-1 count, where he tried bunting the first 2 times, then ended up taking strike 1. And he takes ball 1 here. Sacrifice bunt got Cody Kashimoto over to second. An Eli Brown single got him to third. And an Aiden Torek 2 RBI double scored both of them. A double that we thought could have been Torek's third home run of the game. Kashimoto running, sliding into second base for a stolen base. Kashimoto on second, Michael Gonzalez at the plate.
It's the 10th stolen base of the season for Cody, and I thought that with a guy in Mike who can handle the bat and a guy who can run in Cody, you thought you might see a hit and run or maybe something else, and Casey just elects to trust how good the base runner Kashimoto has been, which he has been all summer.
Kashimoto has been able to fly around the bases all year, and whether or not he's been playing shortstop, second base, or even the outfield, that athleticism, that speed has paid off. A strike to Michael Gonzalez. Trying to get on for his second time today. Kashimoto at second, no outs. That one's up high.
And I don't want to be the one to maybe echo it to Mike, but Mike realizes in this situation, he knows his only job is to make sure that Cody's standing on third or better by the end of this at-bat, whether it be a hit, whether it just be a ground ball up the middle. That's the whole key that has to come out of this at-bat for Mike.
After Michael Gonzalez, it's Eli Brown and Aiden Tork, who's been man of the hour today. That one's fouled over the power dugout.
We're going to have to be the two to send it out to everybody else, though. If 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles is good enough to be player of the game in our book. We're on a tight ship.
It's going to be a tight race to the end. Connor Batzer working, trying to go 3 shutout innings to seal out this win. But right now, the power up to him. Michael Gonzalez working a long at-bat with no outs here in the 7th inning. Top of the 7th, no outs, power up 7-4. In a game that Holden Phelps started, it did not have his best stuff, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned after just allowing 2 earned runs for the whole summer. Connor Batzer's stepped in and done beautifully. It's a full count now to Michael Gonzalez.
Connor has stepped in and gone 2 innings facing the minimum with 2 strikeouts. He's been the guy that the Power have looked to go for length, and in this spot, all he's doing is really setting up a start the same way he would, except this time he's out of the bullpen.
Full count pitch to Michael Gonzalez. Gets that one over the infield for a hit. Kashimoto going to third. That one's going to roll. Kashimoto coming home with ease. RBI double, Michael Gonzalez. Power up 8-4.
You felt with how many pitches he was seeing that Mike was going to be able to fight a couple off, and finally he gets a fastball that he can handle up in the zone. It's his first double of the season. You got to feel good for him after being the guy to sacrifice himself last inning, and the defense that he's played. He gets the moment to himself, a big RBI double, and it's a big insurance run for Palm Springs.
RBI double, Michael Gonzalez, and EJ, what better spot can you be than now? Eli Brown up, Aiden Torek on deck, Noah Blythe in the hole. 1 out in the top of the 7th, power up 8-4. First pitch to Eli Brown is a ball. Power looking to make it 51 in a row after winning the first game of the doubleheader. Eli Brown gets into that one and drives it to right field. Going, and gone. Eli Brown with his 2nd home run of the year. Power with the 5th of the day. It's 10-4 now.
Eli in his 2nd of the year, much like everybody else who has gone yard today, he gets a pitch up in the zone that he can handle. He just lets his hands fly. And then with the wind and how everything else has gone, there wasn't much to it other than that. San Diego holding serve for most of the game, but the 3rd and 4th time through the order has been proven that much harder to take down the Power, and that's why they're in the spot that they are.
Eli Brown with the 2-run homer. And EJ, is Aiden Torek now jealous that he doesn't have an RBI opportunity?
He could be. He absolutely could be. We have to try to read it on his face. He takes a ball 1-0. And, hey, Eli's now entered the picture with 3 RBIs to be the player of the game. We don't know if Aiden has this yet, Steven.
Aiden Torek, 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 doubles. Or 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Trying to add to that here. He's ahead 2-0. He has been unstoppable this game. He's reached 5 times today after going 1 for 5 in the first game. Aiden Torek said no more to that and put on a Herculean performance here. He's ahead into the count against Sally. Ahead 10-4. Takes another strike on the corner there. We've got 1 out here in this, we've got no outs in the 7th inning, and Aiden Torek absolutely tattoos a ball to Dan Pham at shortstop, and that'll be his first out of the game. EJ, you hit a ball about 90 miles an hour off the bat, and that ends the perfect day.
That's just how it's going to go. He's hit every single ball, I'm sure, over at least 85, probably 90, and does another one, and baseball giveth, baseball taketh away. Aiden's played enough baseball to know that, but I still think he's going to be okay with a 4-for-5 day.
A line out to Derek Pham, and Noah Blythe takes the first ball. Blythe with a home run today. He's got 2 hits in this game, 2 RBIs. Fouls that one down the first baseline, and EJ, he might be fighting for player of the game.
Well, it's a good problem to have when you can't select a player of the game, and everybody will have to find out when we interview after the game. Make sure to go right now and follow Palm Springs Power on Instagram with that exact tag, because this is so fun. It's a great way to get to know these players and reward them for all the great product that they've put on the field the entire season.
Noah Blythe standing in, waiting for the next pitch from Sally. Gets that one off the hands, trying to make it over the infield, and does. Another single for Noah Blythe. Little blooper into right center field, just gets over the head of Sanchez. We've got 1 out in the 7th, top of the 7th inning. Austin Haller coming up. Austin Haller at the plate. Noah Blythe on first, and Power have a 6-run lead. Just 3 defensive outs from making it 51 in a row. 3 defensive outs away from making it 32-0 to start the year. Haller takes strike 1 just on the inner half of the plate. Good pitch there by Nathan Sally. Noah Blythe on first, adjusting his batting gloves. Little swinging bump by Haller. That'll move Blythe over as that throw gets by Sanchez at second base, going to third. That ball goes into right field, and Austin Haller's safe after there.
When it rains, it pours, and that's usually the storyline when you're going against the Power. And Andrew Ramirez had plenty of time to go and make a throw over to Sanchez, and he just simply puts it in the dirt, and it looks like that'll be the end of the line for Sally as the Power have broken it open, and the Waves were hanging with them, Steven. This was a 4-4 ball game going into the 6th inning, but it was late game execution that really has led to the Power to the spot they're in now.
The Waves have really hung with them all season. They've been one of the better competitors the Power have faced off, but right now Sally's night is done, and we'll have a new man on the mound. We'll be right back after a break. The Power are up 10-4 with runners on the corners.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Still here in the 7th inning, Power up 10-4 in a game where they were going into the sixth up or tied 4-4. Andrew Rivas at the plate, Austin Haller at first, Noah Blythe at third, and EJ, it's just one of those days. Things start breaking the Power way, and inning keeps getting extended. Austin Haller reached on an E5. Noah Blythe went over to third. And Andrew Rivas takes ball one. Second pitch of that bat is ball two, and Stephen Buxton, the Hall of Famer EJ Sanchez, joining you here today. And EJ, it's been a game where the Waves have held up. They have held on with the Power, but they have finally been able to break through here in the late innings.
That's really the right way to say it, because you were just waiting for the floodgates to open, and it's not us being homers. It's us understanding the situation for what's happened throughout the season.
We've got one out here in the seventh inning, and Andrew Rivas swings right through that pitch.
And it's Andrew Ramirez, the new pitcher. Kobe Hatcher moves from second to third, and we'll try to get Kobe Hatcher just comes straight in after being the second baseman last game.
Andrew Ramirez on the mound, taking over for Nathan Sally, and he gets a ground ball there, throw to home. Noah Blythe caught in the middle. They thought they were going to commit to Andrew Rivas at first, and they get Noah Blythe out as Andrew Rivas reaches safely, but some smart San Diego defense prevents the run. It's 2 outs here in the seventh inning. Power up 10-4.
I don't want to be the one to assume anything, Stephen, but I'm not sure if Noah knew how many outs there were, just based on the jump he got off of third, and he looked almost confused that Sanchez came home, and that's why I think you see him kind of having a laugh right now. With a 6-run lead, it does turn into a laugh, and it's just a good play by Sanchez being aware of the runner coming home.
With a 6-run lead and runners on first and second, Angel Cortez steps up to the plate. He had a single, he had a walk earlier in this game, and got hit by a pitch in the third. Hendricks going to take a second to talk to Ramirez, and EJ, again, it's one of those games where, or one of those days where base running has been a major story of the day. The Power have allowed several stolen bases by the Waves today. It's how they scored their first run, and it has kept them in it all day. But Power pitching has managed to keep them off the bases in the last couple innings. That one gets by Hendricks. Wild pitch advances Austin Haller to third and Andrew Rivas to second. Angel Cortez has 2 in scoring positions, but there's 2 outs here in the top of the seventh. Power 3 defensive outs away from extending the winning streak to 52, or 51. Rivas gets under that and shanks it over to the Power dugout. Running out of room is Sanchez, and that goes into the bullpen.
You're playing with house money right now if you're Angel. Your team has already put up 6 unanswered runs. And so finding a pitch that you can drive, just like his double back in the fifth, is really the approach that you can settle into, especially with 2 runners in scoring position. You're not looking to move anybody. Now you're just looking to add on to your RBI tally.
Cortez at the plate. Andrew Rivas on second. Austin Haller at third. Here's the pitch, and it's low. 2 outs here in the seventh inning. Power trying to move on to 32-0. They won the first game 8-1. That one's driven down the right field, fair for a base hit. Austin Haller comes in to score. Andrew Rivas comes in to score. 2 RBI double, Angel Cortez.
Angel Cortez just picking up where he left off throughout this game, and you got to feel happy for him. 2 doubles in the same game. He's walked twice. He's been on base 6 times throughout the day, and having catchers that can hit is just such a rare commodity in today's day and age, Stephen, and he's proving not only can he catch a good game, but he can also help on the scoreboard and really push this to an insurmountable lead.
It's such a rare commodity that, is he player of the game?
We'll have to wait and see.
As Dalton Thomas steps up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on second. Fouls that one back over the net. Gonna take a couple hops and knock off a chain link fence in the parking lot. Dalton Thomas still looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 3, had a walk in the fourth. 0-1 pitch. Gets the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2 now. Thomas in danger of losing a 7-game hitting streak. He has really turned it on with the bat lately. The last 2 weeks or so, he has been one of the best hitters on the team, hitting near 500. Thomas, slow grounder to third base, fielded by Ramirez. Throw over, gets him in time, and ends the inning. But the Power are 3 outs away from win number 32 on the year. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
How many hits was this?
Here in the 7th inning, here in game number 33 of the year, or 32 of the year, Power started off 31-0, won the first game today. We're in game 2 of a doubleheader. This one going 7 innings, and the Power are 3 defensive outs away with a sight for sore eyes if you're a PSCL player. Anthony Sanchez on the mound. EJ, Anthony Sanchez all year long for the Rush. Was one of the best pitchers, one of the best players in the PSCL, and won pitcher of the year deservedly.
Absolutely. He's been one of the more fun guys to watch. He's an emotional guy on the mound, and he really commands the rubber every time he goes out there. Averaged over a strikeout per inning throughout the season, and getting this call-up, you know it means a lot to him. I'm sure Zach Novus, his coach on the Rush, who has been very involved in and around the building, he's rooting for him as well as we are. You couldn't find a guy that really competes as hard as he does, whether it be for the Power or in the PSCL.
It's a quiet, calm confidence that he carries himself with on the mound. He never looks like the moment is too much for him. He came out and performed in the PSCL All-Star Game, gave a scoreless inning, and it's one of those days where the stuff really played up. He only knew he had to go 1 inning, and he was sitting in the high 80s and fires a first pitch strike right there against Derek Pham.
Well, he's a mid-80s, the high 80s fastball, and he'll tunnel it really well with a 12-6 curveball, and that's really his go-to out pitch.
Pham gets under that one and skies it above Dalton Thomas, but coming in from right field is Noah Blythe to take the first out.
And even if the moment, was met for Anthony, it really starts to come down once you record that first out. Once you record that first out, you can really sit back and understand it's the same game, just a different team across the other side of the white line. And I think that's where Anthony is right now, and I'm excited to see how he goes through the rest of this inning.
Sanchez out of Viterbo University in Wisconsin, and again for the PSCL, the numbers were just insane as he fires a first pitch strike to Noah Moe, who fires that back. It was a .96 ERA. In 28 innings, he just allowed 3 earned runs, walked 12, struck out 53 batters in 28 innings. And he's ahead of Noah Moe, 0-2 here. The lefty out of Viterbo had everyone in the PSCL guessing. 0-2 pitch. Just off, it's 1-2. He had 3 scoreless outings, and really, EJ, his worst outing of the year, well, it was 4 innings, 1 run against the Coyotes. And he gets a strikeout there. Good breaking ball in the dirt. First one of the afternoon for Anthony Sanchez. We've got 2 outs.
Well, you hope that is nowhere close to the last one he'll record as a member of the Power. And if you watch him just walking around the mound right now, this is business as usual. He knows he has the stuff to strike out certain guys, and he's just looking to polish off what looks to be another Power win.
Fires a first pitch ball, and it's 1-0 now against Caleb Hendricks, the catcher for the Waves. Hendricks had a home run in the 2nd inning, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th. It's 1-1 now as Sanchez finds the zone. Sanchez gets him to foul a pitch straight into the Power dugout. Thankfully, it bounced off the railing. Everyone's okay. It's 1-2.
And you can already start to see that these swings from San Diego are uncomfortable. The fastball is having the certain amount of run that it does, and that's why you're getting these late swings.
1-2 pitch. Sanchez trying to close it out. That's outside for a ball. 2-2 now. The Power trying to make it 51 in a row, and that's flied out to left field, and Eli Brown will catch it. The Power win it 10-4. Anthony Sanchez closes it out. Connor Batzer in line for the win. And EJ, a day where the Waves had them on the ropes for a good amount of time, especially in this game. They were tied going into the 6th. The Power just able to scoot along to win their 8th game in 7 days, their 32nd game of the year, and their 51st in a row before an off day tomorrow.
Well, good teams, Steven, find ways to win games their way. Great teams find a way to win games in a myriad of ways. And you've seen that over the last couple of weeks for the Power. They've won blowouts. They've won close games. And I don't want to say dislike, but the 12-4 game that we see right now and the 8-1 game that we saw in Game 1 of the doubleheader, it doesn't show how close these games were throughout. And it goes to show that late game execution becomes all that much important. And as we're coming down the stretch, I'd be the first one to tell you that I didn't know if the Power would be in this situation when we started this season and the streak being where it is. Now you start the season, I hate saying start, but because we're getting towards the end, but it's 32 straight games that they've won, and it's now 51 going back to last season. Everything that they've wanted to accomplish is still out in front of them, and we have a front row seat to it. Can't wait to see how the rest of this one turns out.
The perfect season is still intact, potentially just 1 game left before the playoffs. The Power will face off against the Inland Valley Bucks on Wednesday. And whether it was offense, defense, pitching, they had a little bit of everything today in a game where there was a few strange calls, a few strange plays, but the Power managed to get through it, managed to squeak out the win, managed to pull away at the end. Again, 12-4. Aiden Torek put the team on his back to start. He went 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and he scored 4 runs along the way.
You can't say enough about what Aiden has done over the last 2 weeks, and maybe the couple of games he did have to miss, that was a good reset for him, and he just continues to do what he has done, and we're excited to see how he finishes up the rest of the season, really the way the whole team is going to finish up the rest of the year.
Power win it 12-4. Some strong work by Connor Batzer, by Anthony Sanchez. Holden Phelps got the start, kept him in it, and they will move on to 32-0 on the season. For everyone joining us, thank you so much for tuning in. From EJ Sanchez, for myself, we will see you next time. Thank you all for joining in.